who I bugged for 3 hours. I did a longer episode with him than I'm doing with Bijoy. He's there till like 8. Um, But he's like, we've done 4 houses in 20 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I'm curious, what have you said no to? What are those? What's like an absolute? Like there's a beautiful line in this transcript. You got to listen. This is all a sales pitch to go and read that transcript. Okay, it's worth it. Somebody I don't remember the architect's name, but because it's not my world, but he just said when requests like those come, I tell them you came in from a door. There's a way way out of the door as well. Yeah. What are those projects like that for you?
Well, I don't think we summarily reject projects based on typology, but houses have been very difficult for us. We've also gotten kicked out of a few of the house projects that we've started. I think houses require a completely different mindset. There are 2 things that are kind of difficult in terms of houses. One is that the house, there is the issue of ego, that the house isn't really about the architect. The house is about the client. I mean, the client has come to you with a dream of, building this house in a certain way, and if you're coming in the way of that, if you're not seeing eye to eye with that vision, then this is a very tough marriage, between the client and the architect, because you're not really working towards the same goal. So that's one difficult aspect. The second is that more and more houses have become a way to show, your station in life. That I've arrived. I'm very wealthy. I'm trying to show others that this is what this is who I am, and I have achieved whatever. And that's a difficult conversation to get into. Sometimes you do get into projects where people are purely doing it in a way to show how much they've spent, and they are not comfortable using certain kinds of materials because of the connotations that those materials have. So those conversations become very difficult to have. I mean, because we don't approach work like that, and so then and I mean there's nothing wrong with that. You want to show who you are, what you've achieved, etc. That's fine, but it's a tough conversation to have for us. So houses have been a little tricky. I remember the great Australian architect, I think Glenn Murcutt said that or was it Glenn Murcutt or was it Joe Noero? One of them said that you should never build a house that's more than, for a family of 4, you shouldn't build a house that's more than 1,500 square feet.
Oh yeah?
That should be your rule, that if anybody comes to you for a house more than that, then that's just immoral, But you can't, I mean, you're not the one to judge, So there are difficulties in how you navigate the world when you have such morality issues.
Yeah, but he's from Australia. So.
Yeah, that's right. No, so houses have been difficult. They're very intense. You're always engaged. The clients are demanding. They want a certain engagement, quality of engagement. Institutions are way more simpler to do.
You really?
Yeah.
I thought it's the other way.
No, institutions are infinitely easier to do.